And welcome back to Hannity. Eric Holder has not been shy about using racially charged rhetoric in his role as the nation's top law enforcement officer. At the keynote speech that he gave at African American History Month in 2009, he made waves with these comments.
Though this nation has proudly thought of itself as a ethnic melting pot, in things racial, we have always been, and we, I believe, continue to be, in too many ways, essentially a nation of cowards. Though race-related issues continue to occupy a significant portion of our political discussion, and though there remain many unresolved racial issues in this nation, we, average Americans, simply do not talk enough with each other about things racial.
And of course, there was his condemnation of Arizona's very tough immigration laws.
I think that law is an unfortunate one. I think that it is, I fear, subject to potential abuse.
Arizona, what is specifically wrong with the anti-immigration law that has been passed there?
The concern I have about the law that they have passed is that I think it has the possibility of leading to racial profiling.
Do you think the Arizona immigration law is racist?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a good idea.
Now, keep in mind, all of those comments came before this exchange.
Have you read the Arizona law?
I have not had a chance to. I've glanced at it. I have not read it.
It's 10 pages. It's a lot shorter than the health care bill, which was 2,000 pages long. I'll give you my copy of it if you would like to have a copy. Even though you haven't read the law, do you have an opinion as to whether it's constitutional?
I've not been briefed yet.
Pretty strong opinions on something he hadn't even bothered to read. All right, joining me now, XM Patriot radio host David Webb is back, and Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli. That immigration law was literally, the language was taken from the federal law that he's supposed to uphold.
Didn't bother to read it and made some interesting comments about it, didn't he? But listen, Eric Holder is a radical activist, and instead of defending our Constitution, he attacks it. From Fast and Furious to not prosecuting the new Black Panther Party members with voter intimidation, investigating James Rosen and the AP reporters. He needs to go soon.
Remember what Obama said when he was on public radio in Chicago, still a state senator. He talked about the Warren Court and how it wasn't radical enough that it didn't wander into redistributive justice. This is the Eric Holder meme. He believes in this, and he's now in a position to use the nation's laws to enforce redistributive justice and social engineering. He is a radical. He's one of the most political, if not the most political attorney general in modern times. And he's supposed to uphold the laws of the land and the Constitution, not the agenda of the administration, which frankly damages the Department of Justice, and that's another real problem.
If he would uphold the laws of the land, Arizona would not have needed that law on their own, because they took, as I said, the language from federal law. What is your reaction to the comment, we are a nation of racial cowards?
You know, he's the coward. Okay, he's the one who hid behind President Obama's executive privilege because he would not turn over the documents to Congress. He did not cooperate at all. So really, he's a coward. What is he trying to hide? He's hiding truth from the American people. And these family members, Brian Terry's family, they still don't have answers. No one has been held accountable for this government botched program. It's really outrageous.
Well, it does raise a question, but first I want to get your reaction to the racial coward comment.
We've got to realize, Sean, that what they do is use race as a tool. It's a tool to achieve an end, and that is the leftist agenda. They use race to tell blacks you belong in this box, you've been relegated to this, to tell Hispanics, to tell women. Look at all the things they do. It's designed to put everyone where they need to be to further their agenda. So that's even more disingenuous because they're not even tackling racism. It's actually just a way to control people, and that's racism, power and control.
But what's really sad about that is no one is held accountable when they scream racism and scream race card. I mean, it happens all the time, and you're right. But we need to push back on these individuals when they do it and hold them accountable, call them out on it.
Well, it's interesting because he makes all these comments.
Right.
He gets away with all these comments. If John Ashcroft was caught lying before Congress, what would happen?
Well, Holder's been held in contempt of Congress So,
Just,
you know, what would, right.
With John Ashcroft, wouldn't there be a move to, wouldn't there be
It
a
would
push
be
to remove
moved.
him?
The left media would be all up in arms.
Oh,
The
yeah.
story would not end. The drumbeat would continue. But here's Holder, and frankly, this is where Congress has to come back. It's time for Congress to act on that. He has been caught lying to Congress twice, and again, as Deneen said, held in contempt already once. Think about what that says to the rest of the federal judge system, to the other judges and attorneys, you know, state attorney generals, that the top law enforcement officer does not feel he has to be bound by the law and by his duties.
But not only that, even everyday American citizens, you know, we uphold the law.
And we interact,
don't- yeah.
and we interact
And he's
with the
the
legal
top-
system on a daily basis in
Right.
America, you know, business and otherwise. Are they saying that the Attorney General is not bound by the very laws we are forced to live by?
Right.
All right. Guys, good to see you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being with us.